Yo, yo, yo. You know we back, man. Heart to Start Fantasy Football Podcast, man. Heart to Start Kev here with your boy. State your name, gangster, like you always do, man.
Man, it's your boy Guchinni JD. Heart to Start JD, man. One
We
third
up.
of the Heart to Start boys, man.
Hey, we up early this morning, man. About 8 o'clock. I got the Bailey's cream in my coffee. It's eight
Top of
o'clock
it.
at night somewhere. You know what I mean? It ain't
Facts.
too early to drink, man. But look, man, due to this coronavirus, man, we only get to meet up at the Heart to Start studio once a week this year, but we definitely gonna be bringing you a lot of Zoom content because that's kind of the norm right now. So
Facts.
really what we gonna do? It was your idea to start off with them wide receivers. We're gonna do a little top 10 wide receivers for y'all today. And man, let's start off. Can I give you the top 10 wide receivers last year, which might come a shocker to some people?
Go ahead, bust that down, bro.
Michael Thomas. You know who number 2 is since you gave me a hard time about drafting him. Julio Jones. Chris
Backstory.
Godwin. Devontae Parker at number 4. Keenan Allen, Galladay, Amari Cooper, DJ Moore, Jarvis Landry, and D-Hop. Wow.
As the top 10.
Top 10. Who would expect that last year? I know Devontae Parker for sure. I didn't.
Facts.
Amari, I've been down on Amari. He lets me down all the time. I couldn't have, you know what I mean? What you think about those other ones? Who's the shocker?
Bruh, just where some of them dudes was drafted at. You got some of them dudes that went in the first round. Devontae Parker, he's probably 9th, 10th, 11th round last year. You know what I mean? Who was the last person you said at the 10th spot?
DJ Moore, Jarvis Landry, and D-Hop.
Jarvis Landry. And Jarvis Landry was a 6th, 7th pick, and Hop was a first-round pick last year that finished outside of the top 5. So the receivers is so fucking unpredictable. You got motherfuckers in the 10th, 11th round that made it in the top 5, top 10. And then you got motherfuckers that was drafted in the first round that didn't even make the top 5. So the shit is unpredictable, man.
But look, I will say this. Think about this though. Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams hurt last year.
Hurt.
Game. Yep. That's big. That matters. And we can't predict injuries, but like you said,
facts.
This should tell you that those late round guys can help you win leagues. Think about it.
And the cool thing is, bro, that you saying how Tyreek and Devontae missed some games last year. Going into what we finna talk about on our top 10 for the 2020, those games that they missed is playing a part in my top 10 without a doubt.
Me too as well. Well, let's jump into it then. We go with the number 1. I mean, is it any way to argue who the number 1 receiver is in fantasy?
I don't think so, big bro.
Mike Thomas.
I don't think so.
Hey, I see a little bit of regression with Emmanuel coming over, and but goddamn, what is regression? The dude had 1,700 yards last year, 1,725.
Facts.
9 TDs. The closest wide receiver as far as catches, he had 149 catches last year. The closest was Julio at 99.
Bruh, on 185 targets though.
On 185 targets.
Come on, bro.
The most efficient QBs. Shout out to Plug. That's his Saints team, man.
Right.
Most efficient dude possibly in the NFL, man. And that's a big part of it. How can you argue? You know what I mean? Even regression. What does regression look like for him? Because I can tell you my prediction for him. I don't see 149 receptions. I see about 120 because Emmanuel's there. He's a vet. He's gonna get the ball a little bit. You know what I mean?
You keep saying them 149 receptions, right? You know what that was?
What's that?
Record breaking.
Yeah. Hey.
Come on, man. So like you say, the regression. It's gonna be there, but it ain't gonna be a big ass drop off like you say, bro.
Yeah, it can't be.
Facts.
And even if it is, it's still top wide receiver worthy.
Fact. Without a doubt. And the cool thing is though, the boy touchdowns might go up.
I was thinking that too.
The boy touchdowns might go up.
Look, he had 9 last year. You know what I got him predicted? 12. I got him predicted as 12 touchdowns because it's going. It's less pressure on him. in those situations, even though they got so many weapons, it's like when you
Right.
throw somebody like Emmanuel in there, a solid number 2, it's gonna take some pressure off them.
And they got a good tight end over there. My bad.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something that's crazy that I didn't realize. I seen a stat that said he went over his projected total 9 times last year. His projections on PPR league was anywhere from 18 to 24 in Yahoo. So he went over that 9 times.
That's like 3/4 of the season.
Man, bro, that's hey, Mike Thomas is a GOAT. We don't even gotta spend too much time on it. What you about
Facts.
to say?
Oh, no. I was just saying he's putting up what AB did for that 3-4 year straight run. He's doing that.
That's crazy.
And he's arguably, you could take him, as the number 3 pick.
You
the
can.
1-3.
Hey, we just did a mock
We could argue that.
and somebody picked him at the number 3. And I'm a receiver guy. You know what I mean? To me personally, after Barkley, McCaffrey, I kind of rather have Michael Thomas than Zeke. I'm sorry.
I ain't mad.
I
ain't mad.
He can't stay away from the ladies, man. He might get that Rona a couple times, man. I don't know, man.
Right. Facts. Ain't no telling, bruh.
So who you got at number 2? Because I guarantee you don't got who I got at number 2.
Use them, bruh.
Who you got?
I got who you took 4th overall last year as my number 2.
Julio
Jones. Yes, sir.
Well, tell me then, because look.
I got Julio, bruh.
You don't even know where Julio is on my list, and I'm a Julio guy. I've had him. I probably had Julio more times than anybody in our league, AOB, possibly.
Shout out to the AOB. Yes, sir.
Check that out. Julio's your number 2. Let me know why then.
Yeah, man. Look, so the boy, he commands a lot of targets, bruh. For the last 3 seasons, over 145 targets, bruh. So that's consistent, without a doubt. That's Matt Ryan's dude, off the rip. You know what I mean? And to me, the boys only had one double-digit TD season in 2012. So with Calvin really hopefully being able to stay on the field 16 games, with Julio already having his floor with straight what do you have? He has hit
last
for
year? Last year?
No, that boy got he's had over 1,400 yards for like over 4 straight years. So his floor on the receiving yards has always been consistent for the last 4 years. His targets have always been there for the last 4 years. Only thing that he's been missing is them touchdowns. And with Ty Gurley coming and them hopefully being able to get that run game going, without a doubt, I think I could see his touchdowns definitely going up. And that's why I put him as my number 2 receiver. With my other 2 dudes behind them, how we said them not being able to stay on they done missed 4 games last year. So that's kind of how I'm going. That's a little, a little cheat code of where I'm going with my next 2 receivers. But yet, Julio has been consistent, ain't missed no games. Everything about his floor and what he has done has been consistent. So I think I'm projecting his touchdowns to definitely go up this year. That's why he's my number 2 receiver.
It's crazy you said the last 2 years because I looked up the last 2 years. Last year, he was 1,394 yards, 6 touchdowns, 170 targets. With only 99 catches. That shows you that it's the quarterback. It's the quarterback. You know what I mean? Matt Ryan is not putting it where it's supposed to be. Then in 2018, he had 113 catches on, again, about 170 targets with 1,677 yards and 8 TDs. My prediction this year for Julio, now, mind you, I got Julio as number 4 on my list.
Yeah, I ain't mad.
I got Julio as number 4, even though that's my guy. I predict get back to that 1,600 yards. I predict him to get over 10 TDs with the 11 because, like you said, with Gurley running the ball, you got more action to play action. If he's the Gurley we hope he is, you know what I mean? You got a lot. The offense should be a lot more fluid than just knowing that they're gonna pass it. Really opening up the same type of thing. You know what I mean? Then you got 110 catches was his best year. I give him 110. I mean, not his best year, but I'll say about 110 catches. 11 TDs, 110 catches, 1,600 yards. He could be top 2 for sure. Even though I got him at number 4, he could easily be top 2 with those.
And sure. Without a doubt. And like I said, everything you just stated was consistent of what he's done his whole damn career. And then with the investments they made on the O-line and hopefully getting a better consistent run game, which would take the pressure off that boy, because we seen what he does against double teams. And I mean, you done thrown everything at him. He done been in the league 8 years, 9 years, bro. You done thrown everything at him, and he's still doing it. If they can get back to where they had that run game, oh, yeah, easily. He could easily take over that number 1, even though I ain't jumping out the window and saying that he is, but he has that potential because we done seen it, and especially if them TDs go up, because everything else has been consistent.
Okay, so look, I'm going to jump into my number 2, and I'm going to say my reason for having this person over Julio is because I think as far as weapons go, he is their weapon in the wide receiver game. He's their weapon. He missed games last year. His best season in 2018 was 111 catches, 1,386 yards, and 13 TDs. Davante Adams. That's my number 2. This year, my prediction, 110 receptions, about 6 catches a game, 1,600 yards easy, 95 yards a game, and I'm giving him 14 TDs, his best season yet. That boy is coming back with a vengeance this year. Aaron Rodgers, we know it don't look right over there. It's not – something's going on. I feel like this might be his last year in Green Bay. And that boy, I don't care what LaFleur try to do. That boy is going to try to show everybody, look, I'm elite. You know, we're going to call these plays how y'all going to let us call these plays. But at the end of the day, I'm A-Rod, and that's what it is. It's going to be more – I think last year A-Rod didn't want to be the villain and really go against the new coach. But this year, he got more of an argument like, yeah, we had a good season last year with some injuries, but look, we got trampled in the playoffs. You know what I mean? We try to do what we couldn't do. You know, obviously we ran against the juggernauts, the Niners, but I just feel like Green Bay, Rodgers, hey, put it all on the line. Him and Davante going crazy this year. That's my number 2 wide receiver off top.
And, you know, that's my number 3.
That's your 3.
You know, so that's my 3. So, you know, we really don't got to spend too much more time. But the cool thing is Davante Adams, 26 out of 33 games, double-digit fantasy points per game. Come on, man. 7 games. So four games, you got to remember he missed 4 games last year. So that's part of that 26 right there. So 3 games out of what he been in the league, 5 years. So that consistency with AR, which he got that motherfucking Chips Ahoy on his shoulder. He got that big chip right now because they done brought that young boy in. You know what I mean? On everything. No, I totally agree with that, bruh. And the cool thing is 2016-12, 2017-10, 2018-13. And then he had 5 last year. Them is TD numbers. So the cool thing is double-digit TDs every fucking year. Come on, man. Come on,
I'm
man.
changing it I'm giving him 15 TDs, man. Hey, even shout out.
No, but it's highly likable though. That's feasible though, bro. Without a doubt. No,
hey,
I mean,
shout
we
out
ain't even got to spend too much time on that.
From that East Palo Alto. What's up, Rogue? We see you, man. I'm rooting for you all the time, baby.
Off top, shout out. So go ahead and tell me your 3rd then, since Davante was my 3rd.
All right, look. I'm going with D-Hop, baby. I'm going with D-Hop. Hey, I don't care how many weapons. They throw the ball 50-plus times a game. David Johnson gone. Yeah, they got Kenyon Drake. That's cool. I
gotta make sure this motherfucker is recording right now.
Listen, he's in arguably one of the toughest divisions. Well, maybe not because the Rams suck to me. You know, Seattle always gonna be
with Jalen over there though.
Hey, he might be in one of the arguably.
He got to see Jalen twice.
Man, listen, that Jalen. D-Hop? Come on, man. That's D-Hop, man. The boy is, he reminds me of them dudes that just go hard 100%. He's like Davante Adams to me. You know you're going to get the 100% every time.
Every time. Consistent.
Or not. D-Hop,
consistent.
Bro. D-Hop.
That boy Hop has played with 14 different quarterbacks.
Come on,
He's
bro.
only had a consistent quarterback for the last 3 years, bro. 4 years.
In 2018, he had 115 receptions, 1,572 yards, and 11 TDs. That was the year where they had quarterbacks in and out, right?
Yeah.
right? That was Watson first year, actually. So
They had Savage and damn, I can't even think of all the motherfucking
peep
quarterbacks
this
that they
though.
had.
Peep this, right? As far as D Hop go, bro, Kyler Murray was so inconsistent with his completion percentage and his passes last year. I don't know if a lot of people realize how bad he was as a passer, but he's a rookie and an offense that's passing 50 times a game. They just let him unleash. They not worried about let's get you ready, let's get you this. No, let's go. You add D Hop in there with a solid run. D Johnson he's gone. Kenyon Drake is in there. Not saying he's better than him, but at his age, how Drake looked last year, he's more explosive. He might be more dangerous than David Johnson is right now in his career. Throw that with Christian Kirk still. You still got Larry Fitzgerald. You can't double team D Hop. You can't. And that's why, man, D Hop, bro, last year he only had 1,100 yards, 1,165, 104 catches, 7 TDs. Man, jump that. This year,
I had him last
hey,
year.
look, I'm going to give you something crazy. This year I'm giving him 1,800 yards. So really he might jump into the top 2. 1,800 yards, 12 TDs, 120 catches, bro. He's going crazy. He might end up being number 2. That's my prediction, and that's a lot, bro. Career year from the boy. So that also tell you better go get Kyler, man. You better go get Kyler for real.
I don't know. My argument is everything you said. So many weapons over there, passing 50 times a game. I mean, the targets is definitely going to be there for sure. The 10, well, he was seeing at least 10, 11. I know he's seen double-digit targets for the last 2 years, at least last year in Houston. So if he's seeing double-digit target, he might not even have to see double-digit targets to do what he did, but just I don't know, cousin, to put him at the top 3 with all those probables. I got Hop as my 6. So I got a couple more people pushed up ahead of him.
I'm gonna tell you
where
what
you got him at right now.
I'm gonna tell you what I love even more, right? If he ends up being top 3, you got action at getting him in the late to early second, late first, early second round.
Right. I hear you.
That means
12 team,
that means you're gonna double. That means you're gonna double up because you're gonna have D Hop at the end of the first, and you still gonna get a stud at the beginning of the second. We talking about, bruh. It reminds me of that year when I had
1,800 yards.
It reminds me of the year I had Julio and Michael Thomas. I got him at the 12th pick, back to back. Boom. That reminds me of that. You get D Hop, you're gonna. Oh my gosh, man. Hey, I'm loving D Hop this year. Hey, and another thing is everybody's not gonna believe because he coming to a new team. It's
natural. Right. I got that down in my notes.
It's natural to be cautious. Somebody going to a new system, right? But if you ask me, the season not finna start on time, so they got a lot of time.
No, without a doubt. And we just said he played with 14 different quarterbacks, so the motherfucker. And we seen how Emmanuel Sanders adjusted right when he came with Jimmy Garoppolo last year. You know what I mean? When you a professional and you get that, you know what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to be there, when you're supposed to be there, without a doubt, that shit, it can click overnight. And I'm not doubting that. But the projections that you giving him,
crazy
over some of the receivers that I got ahead of him right now, I don't see that.
Hey, one more thing, right? Before you give me your number 3, right? He ain't never had a coach as swaggy as Kingsbury, man. Did you see that trap house, man? They over there kicking it right now, man.
Nah, I ain't seen that.
Relaxing, man. Google that. Kingsbury had the bachelor pad in there, boy. Hey, I'm telling you. Who you got at 3, though?
No, I think we had 4.
Okay, because I had
my 3 was my 3 was Devontae. Your 3 was so my 4 is motherfucking Tyreek Hill.
Okay, he's my 5.
Without a doubt.
He's my 5.
Without a doubt, coming into the same system, off the Super Bowl, which we see they highly invested into their Super Bowl MVP winning quarterback. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing changed over there. So the only thing that changes Tyreek's position is an injury. And he's been so consistent on what he does and what he brings to the table. And if you project out last year what he did, what was it? Playing 12 games, he had 7 TDs, which was 13th in the league. So if he missed 4 games and had 7 TDs, which I didn't write down his all his numbers. I think he only had about
58 catches and
800 yards. Right. Without a doubt, I kind of remembered that. So if we can project that out to a 16-game schedule, which he only missed 4 games, he's always there, bruh. That's why he's my number 4, which he could be easily pushed up to the top 2, you know what I mean, in that offense and what he does. And he's boom or bust every week. So his floor is maybe like 10, 12, 13, 14 easily at what he does. But he has those.
Bust, you winning.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Because his boom games, bro, we seen him
50.
Without a doubt. He be having them Julio type games for sure, bruh. And then if he had 7 TDs in 12 games, bruh, in which he's not no red zone threat. So like I said, that come in with them boom games right there. You know what I mean? And that's why he my top 4. But like I said, my 3 and my 4 is based on because they missed 4 games last year. Now, if them dudes played all 16 games, like how we was just saying at the beginning of the conversation, easily them dudes can even be, tied for 2 because they didn't do what Mike Thomas did. You know what I mean? So that's why Tyreek is my 4th.
Okay. Well, I like that. I predicted him. He's my 5th. Like I said, I predicted about 1,200 yards. I give him 80 catches. Like you said, he missed 5 games and he got 860 yards, 58 catches. So I'll give him 80 catches and 9 TDs. The one reason that I'm a little down on him, well, you can't be too down if you got him at number 5, but not just the
4.
injury, I got him at 5. You got him at 4.
Yeah.
Not just the injury, but more so they're more established. Like they just won the Super Bowl. They know he gets hurt, but they also know they need him, right? So to force feed him and to use him as much as they've been doing, I don't think they need to. They got the boy Harmon in there still. They still drafting and they still, they got a lot of weapons out there. The new running back. I feel like Andy Reid is such an innovator, even though he stays doing what he does, but he switches things up and he keeps you guessing. I think they're going to do a lot more focusing on building those young players like Harmon, the running backs, just because what you got with Tyreek Hill. When the lights is on, he's going to show. When the playoffs come, he's going to show. So it's like, why not be a little more cautious? But we still going to roll him out there. As far as the returns, a lot of the handoffs, I think they'll keep a lot of those to the end of the season. So if you were to invest a high draft pick on him, like I'm saying, like the 2nd receiver off the board, 3rd receiver, beginning, you know what I mean, towards the end of this first round, obviously you're not grabbing him early, so your investment doesn't have as big of a risk as grabbing him as the number 1 receiver. You know what I mean? But I think that you can't lose with him. But like I said, I'm a little scared off of what his usage is going to be this year because he can't stay healthy. I mean, he's hurt every year.
Let me ask you something. Is it highly likable that he can have a 3-catch 100-yard game with 2 TDs?
And see, that's another thing. If you're in a league that plays bonus points like us, that shit comes in handy, bro.
Bruh.
A lot of them is bombs.
And I ain't talking returns or nothing like that. That, bruh, the boy, them big plays is there with him. It's boom or bust with him, and it's a lot more boom with him than it is bust. And his floor, I don't know what it. I ain't got my my computer turned on or whatnot, but we can go look at what his floor games have been and what his boom games have been, and I bet you his floor games have been close to, without a doubt, without a doubt. And me having him as my 4th ranked receiver, which we play 12 team, which a lot of motherfuckers go running back heavy. You getting him maybe
with D-Hop.
Yeah, with D-Hop. You know what I mean? Or without a doubt, for real though. For real, bro. So you can pair him with Julio, Devontae, which that's my 2nd and my 3rd, and which how you got your 2nd and your 3rd, because we know we can't pair him with Mike Thomas. You know what I mean? So if you going zero running back strategy to pair him that boom or bust, you're going to have a lot of weeks where I ain't going to say a lot, but you're going to have a half a season, bro, where you blowing people out the water.
For sure. And see, like I said, the only thing as far as like why I have Thomas, Adams, D-Hop, and Julio ahead of them is because they need those players to win. They proved they could win without Tyreek. You know what I mean? They need those players.
I hear you.
They have to get the ball for them to win. I think Hill, like you said, but shit, at number 5.
Right. And that's why you taking him. No, he's my 4. That's why you're taking him as your second receiver, or maybe you pairing him with a running back or something. You know what I mean? Without a doubt.
So if he's your 4, I'm interested in who your 5 is because
who's your 4?
My 4 was Julio.
Oh yeah, you did say that. And he was my 2. He was my 2. Okay. So you want me to go on my 5, or you want to say your 5?
You say your 5th.
Because my 5th is Godwin.
Godwin?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Talk to me.
Man, talk to you, bruh. So, Jameis. No more Jameis, bruh. What he did last year with Jameis is 86 receptions on 120 targets. Okay, so let's just stop right there. Jameis threw 3 RD interceptions. Did he throw 33 interceptions? 30-something interceptions?
Oh, no.
So look though. So if he threw 30-plus interceptions and this dude caught 85, wait, what did I just
86.
say? 86 receptions. So some of them interceptions that he threw, I knew some of them had to go to Godwin. So just imagine with Brady coming in, some more of them targets is going to be turned into receptions, plus receptions on 120 targets. I think them targets could stay where they are, or they can go up. With the receptions going up for damn sure, with 1,333 receiving yards, bro, that's running after the catch, right? So when you coming from Jameis, where you catching the ball, you got to go like this, whatever, to a guy that's going to put the ball wherever it needs to be in a slot-driven offense where Brady already is coming from, and he's done had Edelman, Welker, Amendola, which them dudes, not to knock their athleticism, but they NFL dudes already. But you got this boy Godwin who got 1,333 yards on 86 catches, which a lot of them motherfucking catches could have been, a lot of them targets, 120 targets could have been more catchable, bro. And so with 9 TDs, my dude, he's there, bro. That's my case,
so
gangster.
Look, right? Check this out. I got somebody ahead of Godwin at number 6, right? Mm-hmm. I ain't going to say who it is, but I got Godwin and Mike Evans as my 7 and 8, right? So I had to look up the last time Brady had top 15 wide receivers. 2 of them, right? 2008, Wes Welker, 111 receptions, 1,165 yards, only 3 TDs, right? Randy Moss, 69 receptions, 1,000 yards, 11 TDs. The next year, 2009, Welker, 123 receptions. Godwin, what'd you predict? That's like, 1,348 yards, only 4 TDs. Randy Moss, 1,200 yards, 83 catches, 13 TDs. We could argue that Godwin and Mike Evans are better than Welker and Moss. Not that one of those is better than Moss as a player.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Right? Now, Now, one might argue that Brady's older, blah, 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 blah. Listen, man, the boy got a chip on his shoulder. He just gave them people 6 championships, and they let him go.
Yeah.
Bro, the boy got a chip. Mike Evans, best year, 2018, 1,524 yards, 86 catches, 8 TDs, right? Man, listen, Godwin and Mike Evans, the only reason I ain't got them ranked higher is because it's 2 of them, right? It got to go to both. Man, listen, Mike Evans might have his best touchdown year this year from Brady this year. Godwin most catches he ever had this year. Bro, that offense is going to be clicking. I don't care if Gronk is here. We know Gronk is going to take the pressure away from them other players. You know what I mean? Like, who can you stop? We know they don't got a running game, so we know they're going to be passing the ball. The running game will come from draws, and, you know, it's not going to be the same offense because Bruce Arians, we know what he likes to do. We know what that boy likes to do. Put it in the air.
Hey, you said you got Godwin and Mike Evans next to each other?
7 and 8.
Okay, so the cool thing is with my list is I got one person slotted in between them. So everything you just said, I totally agree on. And then you got to understand, with them bringing in Gronk, bruh, that's fucking where are you going to have – what area of the field are you going to specifically target on? You got Mike Evans on the outside. You got Godwin in the slot. You got Gronk out there, bruh. What are you going to do, bro? Who you going to key on?
When I talked about Wes Welker and Moss, we didn't even consider that Gronk is still in there.
That's what I'm saying. And so, you could do my point is that they can do everything that they have done, the numbers, especially with Godwin and Mike Evans, what they done last year, they can do that with maybe just a drop off and maybe a little bit of the targets because it's more weapons over there. But the ball placement is gonna be so much better to where they can still do what they do. Because that motherfucker threw 30-something intercept. You got to understand, man, I see that they can do what they done last year with the new quarterback, but it's going to be better ball placement.
Hey, let me ask you this. Why is Brady going so late in drafts?
They think he old.
Listen, I literally draft Brady in every draft I did, and I always have 2 quarterbacks when I do it.
That boy Brady, he takes care of himself, man. You got to understand. He got that Chips Ahoy, like you said, bro.
Yes,
them is facts. Come on, man.
Hey,
so
look.
Godwin was my 5th. Who your 5th?
No, my fifth is Tyreek Hill. So I go.
Okay, so we ain't got to go there.
I go Mike Thomas, Devontae Adams, D-Hop, Julio, Tyreek Hill. Now my 6th is going to surprise you.
Let me recap my top 5 just for the people.
Okay, go ahead.
Mike Thomas, Julio, Devontae, Tyreek, and Godwin.
Bruh, you know who I got at number 6 ahead of Godwin and Mike Evans? And this is more so because of all the targets that had to go around in Tampa Bay, right? I mean, in Tampa Bay, right? My number 6 wide receiver. Can you guess? I know you could probably guess. Galladay. That's my guy. Hey, that's my guy, bro. Galladay, bro. My prediction for Galladay this year is 1,400 yards, 12 TDs, and 85 catches on a contract year. Come on, man. Best year was last year, 65 catches. Peep this. 116 targets, he only got 65 catches. Come on, Stafford. Right? 1,190 yards, 11 TDs. So I'm only saying that he's going to get one more TD than he got this year because he had 11 last year. I'm saying he's going to get 12. I'm saying he's going to get 1,400 yards, which he had 1,190 last year. So you're only going up about 300, but that's saying that Stafford's going to play better. 65 receptions. Come on, man. Get that boy 85 catches, man. Going to work. Him and Marvin Jones are on a contract year. But who do they need to keep around? Galladay, man, that boy going crazy. Hey, and Patricia, he'll be gone. If they can't win some games at the beginning and they playing from behind, Patricia will be gone, bro. Your offense ain't them. you not over there. You here. You in the Motor City. It's not working. Galladay, bro. Yeah. That's my guy.
I got Galladay as my 9th.
Give me Galladay, number 6.
But look though, I'm not knocking Galladay.
Third round.
I feel it. No, I ain't. That ain't nothing but 3 slots. You got him at your 6. That ain't nothing but 3 slots. I got Julio as my 2nd, and you had Julio as your 4th. That's 2 slots. So with me saying Kenny G is my 9th, that ain't nothing but 3 slots. So in that 3rd round, I'm taking him without a doubt. My only thing is that I think Hawkinson gonna play the whole 16 when the limited type of sample size he had, they was trying to feed him. You got they drafted DeAndre Swift in the second round, which they do want to establish the run game. Like you said, Marvin Jones on a contract year. If he plays 16 games, we see what he does. Marvin Jones is a highly sleeper. He going 8th, 9th, 10th round. And when he's on the field, he's there. They got Danny Amendola, which controlling that slot and whatnot. It's a lot of I believe in the Detroit is an up-and-coming offense. I just don't think that in he's not my top 6. I got him 9, which ain't too bad of a drop-off. You know what I mean? I think it's a lot of key factors with him being the top 6. But, you know what I mean? Other than that, nigga, I believe in him too.
Yeah, I got him.
He on my list.
So
we definitely agree with that.
Like I said, he had 1,190 yards and 11 TDs last year. Give him more
only on 65 catches, and Stafford wasn't there. I feel it.
Come on, man. Come on. That's my 6.
So my 6 is D Hop.
Okay.
So, and the only thing that I had was just too many options over there. Him, I don't know if he gonna see them double-digit targets if they gonna force feed him like that. They don't gotta force feed him like that. In Houston, they had to because you had an inconsistent Fuller who couldn't stay on the field. You didn't have good tight end play over there. You know what I mean? So that's why he command them targets, which I think he can do a little bit more with less. You know what I mean? With maybe more receptions on. Same amount of receptions on lesser targets. It's just that, like you said, Kyler was inconsistent last year, which I think he will get better in his second year going into the league. You know what I mean? But other than that, I got him as my 6.
Hey, I guarantee me and you do not have 9 and 10 alike.
9 and 10? Probably not. Well, 9, I just told you what my 9th is. So I told you Hop is my 6. We talked, Mike Evans is my 7th. And we didn't spoke on him, so you can go ahead and talk about your 7th.
Well, see, my 7th and 8th was Godwin and Mike Evans.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, let's go ahead and go to the 9th and the 10th. Well, go ahead and speak on your 9th then.
Hey, your boy. Who's your boy? He was a rookie last year.
I got him as my 10th receiver then.
DK Metcalf.
Oh, no. That ain't him.
Hey.
That ain't who I got as my 10th. I ain't mad at that though. Bro. Wait, hold on. Before you say anything, before you state your case, gangster, on that one, let me just read you a few names that you throwing over him.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad you waking the people game up. Hey, I'm glad you waking the people game up. Good morning. Good morning from Heart2Start. Oh, hey, that's fire. No, we got to wrap this up here in a few minutes too, because I got something I got to do. But that is so much fire. But let me give you these few names. DJ Moore. OBJ, you said Titi, Maury, Juju and Calvin Ridley and Robert Woods over your 9th receiver is? Say it again.
None of them. DK Metcalf above all.
Go ahead.
Thielen could be the one you could argue, but you know what? I'm cool. I don't want him. Diggs ain't there. They going to find out how much he needed a receiver like that. Even though they got Justin Jefferson, I think he going to have a cool year. Man, Thielen, you could say that. DJ Moore, you know what? That might have been a fluke. I'm not putting OBJ out there. He got to show me. We just said Jarvis Landry was in the top 10.
Juju? Over Juju?
Look, Juju might have he going to have a bounce back year, right? Just because
Robert Woods?
Because Big Ben is playing. Man, listen. Robert Woods flourished off the play action. They can't run the ball like that this year. I don't care what nobody say. Robert Woods needs – Cooper Kupp is going to have a better year than Robert Woods to me off the rip.
Okay.
Easy. The only one to me you could possibly argue is Thielen. But you know what? Give me DK Metcalf, bro. Look, listen, right? Look, last year he had, as a rookie, 900 yards, 58 catches on 100 targets, 7 TDs. We know a lot of them was deep shots. We know a lot of them was deep one-on-ones, right? Tyler Lockett last year had 1,057 yards, 82 catches, and 8 TDs. Come on, bro. You telling me that DK can't go from 900 yards to 1,100 yards, which is my prediction, from 7 TDs to 12 TDs is my prediction. 12 TDs, that's right. 58 from 58 catches to 80 catches when Tyler Lockett had 82. Bro, come on. I'm taking DK. Might be a bro prediction. but give me DK. And the cold thing is, you might get value with him, but you might got some people like me that think I'm gonna go snag him because I want him.
Yeah.
DK.
Man, I ain't mad. That's a hell of a bold projection for him for this year to slide into that, that top 10, which is highly possible. You know what I mean? I ain't got too much to argue with that. You know what I mean? That's a bold prediction, and that's the type of shit that we need, without a doubt, bruh.
So and you go, hey, my tip
I hope,
really gonna
okay,
laugh.
So the cold thing is, though, I hope I do see you, because I'm in 4 leagues with you, 3 leagues with you. I need to see you at least have 1 share of him, since you that high on him.
I'll have
on everything, without a doubt. So I told you who my 9th is. My 10th is AJ Brown.
Okay. Why? I'm gonna say why I like him, but I like him though. Go ahead.
He only played 11 games. I mean, he started 11 games last year. On 11 games, that boy had 52 receptions on 84 targets, 8 TDs for 1,051 yards. But he didn't start balling until Ryan Tannehill got in there. Ryan Tannehill started 10 games. 10 of them 11 games he played with A.J. Brown. So on a run-first heavy team, and Tannehill throwing 22 TDs to only 6 picks on a run-first heavy team with a 70% completion percentage, give him 16 games together. Give both of them 16 games together, and you project that 52 receptions on them, 8 TDs for them 1051 with 16 games with that combo, with them giving Derrick Henry the ball like they always do, bruh. Easily. I ain't jumping out the window on no projections, which I haven't even thought of yet, which I should have done for this video, but to back up my point, but I easily see him being a top 10 receiver.
Isn't it crazy that we just put 2 rookies from last year?
Second year
receivers go crazy. This is my thing about AJ Brown, right? I love him. You can go look at the mock drafts we've done. I've had him. I even picked AJ Brown over DK because I thought AJ Brown would go before DK, and I was hoping DK would be there on the swing around, which he wasn't, right? Yeah. I regretted that if it was a real draft, whatever, it's not. But with AJ, to me, it's Tannehill, bro. He can't stay. I mean, does he stay healthy? He's an injury risk. Obviously you can't predict ACLs and stuff like that, but I think that for their success would mean they have to keep Tannehill on the field. So I see a lot more running.
With every player.
But one thing I love about AJ Brown is he's an underrated yak catcher. His yards after catch are nice. Like, if you think
52 receptions for 1,051 yards. That's what that is.
A lot of his catches were simple slants, get up out of there. What I mean? He's a big receiver like DK. I'm with you. Now,
without a doubt. And the cold thing is,
him in my top 10, but go ahead.
Wow. No, the cold thing is with just those last 2 picks that we said, with them being in the 9th, you having the second year receiver in the top 10, and where you have me and yours slotted at, them dudes can be league winners where you're getting that. Like you said, they're going in the 3rd round.
The 1st and 2nd round. You're getting them in the 3rd.
Both of those dudes have the potential to be league winners for you. That's the point that I'm trying to drive home. So drop your 10 for me.
So look, I'm going to give you somebody that probably won't be picked early. So when we talk about league winner, we're talking about value of where you got them. This is about to shock you. Number 10, Allen Robinson.
Wow. Hey, you know what, though?
Allen Robinson.
You know what, though? I ain't mad at – hey, I skipped over A-Rob. I got
Nobody's going to have him in the top. This might be the most bold prediction ever.
No, I got him as my 8th. I skipped my 8th, bruh. Oh, my mama.
You got Allen Robinson in the top 10?
I got him as my 8th, bruh.
Number 8 in the top 10.
Hold on. Let me read you mine. No lie. I skipped my 8th. So I got Mike Thomas as my 1, Julio as my 2, Devontae as my 3rd. I got Tyreek as my 4th, Godwin as my 5th, D-Hop as my 6th, Mike Evans as my 7th, A-Rob as my 8th, Kenny G as my 9th, and A.J. Brown as my 10th.
Hey, A-Rod about to go crazy, bro. He's quarterback proof as well.
Right.
And we say he's quarterback proof. Let's go back to, obviously, we remember his best year. I guarantee at least 70 to 80% of people had him on their team when they won the championship his best year. 80 catches,
Shout out to
14,
Wood.
80 catches, 1,400 yards, 14 TDs on the Jaguars, right? Boom. Fast forward 5 years later, injuries later, different team, right? Bro, league winner, bro. He's not going to be in a lot of people's top 10. You can get Allen Robinson possibly in the 5th or 6th round. 5th. I say 5th. Let's not just say 6th. Let's say 5th.
I say about 3rd, 4th.
Okay, you can say 4th.
Yeah,
Let's say 4th, 5th on the swing around, right? Man, listen, Allen Robinson, he was top 14 last year only, right?
Yeah.
Terrible quarter play. Throw Nick Foles in there. We talking about a team that was a field goal away from the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We talking about a team that if they don't think they want a Super Bowl or bust, then you know what I mean? Last year, Trubisky.
Right. No, without a doubt.
Hey,
I agree, bro. That's crazy. So the only one player that we have that's different out of the top 10 is you got DK and I got AJ.
And that's interchangeable. That's arguable.
We just got people slotted different.
Well, Allen
so
Robinson,
we kind of that's crazy. You know what I mean? You know,
I didn't expect that. I thought I was going. I didn't expect you having him in your top 10 for sure.
No, without a doubt. I mean, how can you not with the inconsistent quarterback play and the numbers that the numbers that he put up last year? How can you not have that?
My prediction: 1,200 yards, 8 TDs, 80 catches. That'll get you up
top. That's big. The top 10. So go ahead, drop your top 10 one more time. Just throw the names out there.
Top 10. We'll go from back down. We got Allen Robinson at 10, DK at 9. We got Mike Evans at 8, Godwin at 7. I got Kenny Golladay at 6, Tyreek Hill at 5, Julio at 4, D-Hop at 3, Devontae Adams at 2, and Mike Thomas.
Okay, so my 10 is A.J. Brown, 9 is Kenny G, 8 is A-Rob, 7 is Mike Evans, 6 is D-Hop, 5 is Chris Godwin, 4 is Tyreek, 3 is Devontae, 2 is Julio, and number 1, Mike Thomas.
Hey, let's do this, right? Let's make a 25 on-call push-up bet. We're going to save this list, and at the end of the year, we're going to see who had more right in that. It don't have to be where they're at. It just has to be what percentage do we got in the top 10 to actually finish there.
That's G.
On-call push-ups.
That's all G.
I don't care where you at.
That's all good, bro.
Grocery store, buzz down.
Yeah.
Hey, well, look, man, that was a good little quick one, man. We're going to come back at y'all with hey, you know what? I say we take it deeper. First, we'll jump to running backs, right? The next time we'll do our top 10 running backs, which is a little tricky. And then we're going to get into that 10 through 20 because those are where you might win your leagues at too, you know?
Facts.
We're going to be bringing y'all a lot more content with the Zoom and, you know, trying to keep everybody going in the right direction, even though the uncertainty of the football season is here. But, you know, hey, we here for the long haul, man. Heart2Start,
man.